I think one interesting stock that we discovered this morning, Shweta, when you were, when we were discussing if there are any and which are the big private players in the space tech
mission,
place.
space tech
I think
place, yes.
one interesting stock that we discovered was MTAR Tech. And MTAR Tech is a Pune-based company which apparently provided some critical components that went into Chandrayaan-3 and made the moon landing possible. And that stock, incidentally, when markets opened, was up about 7.88% or so. Any update you have, Mohit, on the space tech stocks per se and MTAR Tech in particular?
I was reading yesterday, Kartik and Shweta, somewhere on the Twitter. I think that the Indian Chandrayaan-3 program kind of costed around 650 odd crores. And yesterday, one single day, all the stocks which were involved went up. The market cap of those stocks went up by 50,000 crores just in
Wow.
a single day trade because of the entire thing, right? So I think that's the kind of bullishness which is surrounding these stocks. At sometimes that can get overdrawn in the market, which happened with the defense stocks, which is still continuing. And I think with some of these names which do definitely great businesses. It's not just MTAR Tech, but you have Tata Elxsi, you have a few
You
other
have
names,
Hindustan
right?
Aeronautics, Larsen and
Yeah,
Toubro, Bharat Forge, all stocks in
absolutely.
fact at 52-week high
Oh,
yesterday.
wow.
Yeah. So I think the stocks were rallying just on that news, and I think it's a good case to be bullish. But sometimes you have to be, as an investor, be very careful about at what valuations and what levels are you entering in. One has to be perhaps cognizant that the valuations are not cheap, and I again repeat, you have to be extremely careful, and you have to have a clear line of sight on the growth potential of the business plus their execution capability. It's not that the order books are empty. The order books are huge, and they will perhaps have order pipelines for few more years to come. But can they execute? Do they have the necessary resources and capability? Is something which everyone will have to judge across the spectrum of stocks.
And with the private sector opening up to space exploration, I think their only client is no longer going to be ISRO. They will have a much wider, more diverse range of clients, from startups to other large private space tech companies. And perhaps with the success of the Chandrayaan-3 and Vikram finally landing on the moon, there is likely to be a global order book also flowing into these key components for space tech.
Absolutely, with both the lander and the rover tightly in place, intact, giving us the feed that we want at this point. I believe the aerospace industry, the game has just begun for aerospace industry. All the existing stocks, of course, are on a high, but with more private players entering, perhaps we'll be discussing a different story, a bigger story, better story in days and months to come.